Hey everybody, Kirk here at Power Life. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me today. One of the challenges I've been facing here during this lockdown is finding time with everything going on at home to make time for movement. And so I wanted to craft for you guys a little quicker of a class where you're still going to get a full body experience out of it, but just going to be reduced down to a shorter time frame. So meet me on your mat. I'll tell you when to push play on the playlist. We'll start today in Child's Pose. So for Child's Pose, take your knees wide to the outer edges of your mats. Touch your big toes behind you. Stretch your arms forward. Rest your forehead down on your mat. And I like to find a little bit of movement here a lot of times, just a little side back to forth. Feels good in my body too. It feels good in your body. There's no real rights or wrongs here. It's really about serving yourself and your needs. Every day can be a bit different here. So if you want to press down into your hands, maybe even pop up onto your fingertips. One of the things that feels good in my body to do is to press my elbows down, walk them forward, bring my hands together. And I place the thumbs at the nape of my neck and I press my elbows down and squeeze them in and draw back isometrically. And this gets a good stretch in my upper back, shoulder girdle, triceps. Wherever you are, start to connect to your breath here. Ujjayi breathing. And then I'll invite you to set an intention for your practice. If you'd like to turn your palms to face the sky and dedicate your practice up to somebody or something that's going to get benefit from you spending time on your mat today. Certainly you'll get benefit from it, but who else will? What else will? What else can you use as inspiration and motivation? Take a breath in. Exhale, place your hands back down on your mat. Inhale, tabletop pose. Bring your shoulders over your wrist, hips over your knees, cows and cats. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly. Take your gaze forward. Exhale, cat pose. Press the earth away, round into your spine. And then move through a couple more of those on your own, slow and controlled. This is a quicker sequence that I'll do a lot of times just when I want to feel good. So kind of get ooey gooey in there, feeling good, doing what works for you, moving nice and slow. Then find some organic movement here, maybe some C shapes, some side curves, whatever feels good. A lot of times I like to take my fingertips to face backward, palms forward, and then lean my booty back towards my heels to get a nice stretch into my forearms. I'd shift weight one side to the other side. Then I'll come over on the top of my hands and press down. Good. Back to a neutral spine with your breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Stay here and breathe. As you start to walk your dog out, bend one knee, bend the other knee, wag your tail, do what feels good. I find a little bit of movement a lot of times in my poses, maybe a little up and down onto both heels at the same time. You need tightness, extra strength in your hamstrings. Bend into your knees and lengthen through your spine. Now spread your fingers nice and wide. Squeeze your hands towards one another. Now hug up through your belly and see if you can find a bit of buoyancy into your hips to find a bit more length into your spine. And now stretch the top of your head to the space between your hands. And then starting to straight a bit more, maybe through your legs if they start to warm up a little bit more, maybe another little up, down, and then start to find a bit of stillness. Stay connected to your breath, to your intention. Take an inhale. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Nice and slow. Walk your feet up to your hands. Lots of different arm variations to take here. You can grab opposite elbows. Bring the hands to the nape of your neck. You can interlace your hands behind your lower back. Pull them up and over. I like to find a little up, down, side to side movement here. Usually feels really good in my body. One of my favorite things to do is to walk my hands over to the right side of my mat. Take my hips left to get a nice side body stretch through the left side of my body. Then to the other side, walk your hands left, send your hips right, bend into your knees as you need. Good. Come back to center, release your hands down to your mat. Bring your feet in towards one another. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen through your spine, hollow out through your belly. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, come all the way up. Exhale, back bend, lift your heart to the sky. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, high plank pose. Stay here and breathe. Step back to the top of a push-up. Stack your shoulders right over top of your wrists. Shift your weight forward so your heels come over the balls of your feet. Then find engagement throughout your torso, your core, your legs, your arms, your chest. One long line of energy to the back line of your body. Keep your breath full and deep. And press your hands down so much you find some hollowness in your armpits, broadness in your upper back. Press down into the L shape of your hands. Squeeze your hands together. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're not going to do any chaturangas in class today. If you need some chaturangas, feel free to take some. I'm going to take them out because they don't usually serve me. And I'm here to feel good today and guide you through a little practice that helps me feel good. And hopefully you'll be able to emulate and feel good as well. Empty the air out of your lungs. Breathe in, lift your right leg. Exhale, touch your right knee to your left elbow. Go underneath your body, press the earth away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right knee, right upper arm, open through your hip. Keep your left leg strong. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose, step through low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon pose, breathe. So here you can take your hands to your forward facing thigh, low back. If you've got blocks, books, water bottles, anything at home to lift up, you can certainly take your arms skyward as well. I like to hook my thumbs together a lot of times. Kind of bring some different engagement into my shoulder girdle and plug your shoulder heads back down. If you do lean back, engage your core, lengthen your side bodies. Find an inhale. Exhale, half splits pose. Breathe. So for half splits, I want you to keep your booty over your back knee. So for me, I need to take my front heel and walk it forward a little bit. And I send my booty towards the back of my space as I walk my hands forward. And I like to use my blocks here. So instead of dive bombing down, I want you to lengthen out. You can reach your toes forward, side to side for more intense stretch into the belly of your right hamstring. Press your right heel down, drag it back. And as you drag back, lengthen out of your waistline, broaden through your chest and your collarbones. Take a breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, halfway lift, step to the top of your mats. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Side stretch over to the right, stay and breathe. So I like to find steeple mudra here. In my side stretch, you can also grab a wrist, hold an imaginary gift or ball, bring a hand to a hip, whatever works for you. Neutralize your pelvis, lengthen through your side bodies, exhale. Inhale, come to center, switch your grip as you need. Exhale, side bend over to your left. Stay with your breath. Avoid dumping all your weight into your left foot or your right foot. Find neutrality through both. Square your hips and your shoulders towards the front of your space. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, back bend, a version that suits you. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold Uttanasana. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, high plank. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, touch your left knee to your right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left knee, left upper arm. Keep your upper back broad. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to chest, low lunge. Back knee to your mat. Inhale, crescent moon pose. Stay and breathe. Doesn't need to look the exact same as the other side. Instead, can you find a similar sensation that you did? Utilizing any tools that might be there for you. want you to get a nice deep stretch into your right hip flexor, front side of your right pelvis. Take an inhale wherever you are. Exhale, half splits pose. Stay and breathe. You can crawl your left hip forward as needed. Maybe a little movement as you situate yourself into the pose. Doing what you need to feel good to get a nice, deep, intense stretch. Keep your breath full and deep. Breathe in here. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, halfway lift, step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, high plank. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. Just notice the changes that have already occurred in your body. If you had bent knees earlier, maybe you're able to straighten a bit more into your legs. Maybe your heels melt more down towards the earth, knowing that it's not a goal to touch your heels to the earth. Empty the air out of your lungs. Inhale, sail your right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Stay and breathe. Square your hips forward. Tighten up through your low belly. Lengthen up through your sides. Maybe even a slight lean back, a little look up for more challenge. Breathe in. Exhale, vertical twist to your right. Take a backstroke. So take your right arm top to back. Reach your right fingers more to the back of your space. Recommit into your lunge and bend into your back knee as needed if that helps you with balance as you scissor your feet towards one another. Exhale here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Take your right hand down and then up. Breathe. Recommit into your lunge. Lift the inner and the outer arch of your back foot. And then as you reach your right arm up and back, plug your right shoulder head back down. And with your left hand, place it on your left thigh and make sure your left leg is strong and engaged. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Stay and breathe. I like to use my right arm to press into my right leg isometrically, and I press my leg back into my arm. And this will start to get a nice deep stretch into my right inner groin. For me, I've got to lift my pubic bone towards my navel to neutralize my pelvis, and then get long through both side bodies. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two pose. Stay and breathe. Find a lot of strength in your legs right here. Press your feet down and squeeze them together. Tighten up your low belly. Feel your spine get longer. Can you get a millimeter taller in this pose? Breathe in here. Exhale, high plank. Perhaps one-legged. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge pose. And breathe. What is it that you need on this side? Once your back leg really strong, it doesn't always need to be straight. You can put a bend into it, but use it to drive your right hip forward. And then take your left heel, draw it back. Square and neutralize your hips to the front of your space. Breathe in. Exhale, vertical twist left. Stay with your breath. Reach fingers in both directions. Broaden through your chest space. Find your drishti. Stare at one thing that will help you with your balance. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe. Now, reverse warrior, there's no need to take this half bind all the time. Some people just love to take it. If it serves you, take it. But for me, I handle my back thighs more purposeful. It helps me stay engaged, to stay more present with the engagement in my back leg versus the back leg being on vacation. Reach up, reach back, engage where it is comfortable. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Stay and breathe. So you can certainly reach your right arm skyward here. I like to actually bring it down and through. It gives me more length in my side bodies, more space in my shoulders. Lengthen through both of your sides. Let your left ribs chase after your right ribs. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two pose. Stay with your breath. Imagine your hands pressed downward, energetically press down and see if you can grow a bit taller. Find your drishti, your gaze, your focal points. Inhale. Exhale, high plank, maybe from your fingertips with one leg. Stay for your breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll move through that little series there, linking breath to movement. Empty the air out of your lungs. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge pose. Exhale, vertical twist to your right. Backstroke. Keep the circle going. Inhale, reverse warriors like you never stop as a dance. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe in, warrior two, nice and slow. Breathe out, high plank. Ekapada for an up level. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, twist left. Breathe in, reverse warrior. Breathe out, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, plank. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, lunge. Breathe in, crescent. Vertical twist. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two, change here. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Send your hips back, reach forward, and then tick-tock down. I like to take my left arm forward again, this big circle to bring it up. You can put your right hand on your shin. You can press the back of your hand in to your shin. Wherever you are, try to take your top hand and reach it skyward. Then take the top of your head, stretch it forward. Get as long as you can through your side bodies. Good. Balancing half moon pose. I like a block in this pose. Keep the shape the same. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Strengthen into your top leg. The tighter it is, the lighter it is. You can gaze down for more balance. If you want to challenge your balance, start to take your gaze to the side of your space, maybe even up towards your ceiling. And for even more challenge, you can float your bottom fingers off of whatever you're balancing on. Good. Soften your standing leg. Step back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Low lunge with your exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, hinge forward. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Stay and breathe. So if you're working on strength and balance, keep your back knee up off your mat. If you're working on depth of twist, you'll bring your back knee down. For every breath in, lengthen through your spine. Every exhale, lift your heart closer to your thumbs. So if your thumbs are up in your armpit like this, I want you to lift your heart towards your thumbs. You can gaze down for more grounding and balance. Gaze up for more challenge, more twist. Breathe in. Exhale, runner's lunge. Stay and breathe. So take your toes towards the top right corner of your mat. You can keep your back knee up. You can drop your back knee down. I like to roll to the knife edge of my foot here and drop down into my forearms. But if you roll to the knife edge of your foot, flex through your foot. Keep it engaged so there's some structure, some engagement. And that muscular engagement equates to safety. You can find a little rock, forward, back, side to side, whatever feels good. Keep your breath full and deep. Gosh, and one of my favorite add-ons here is to take a quad stretch here. So you can take your left hand to the earth, fingertips or a block. Take your right arm forward. Turn your thumb down, palm out. And from here, rainbow up and around and reach for the pinky toe side of your back foot. And if you can't get it, grab a towel, grab a belt. And then from here, kick in, open through your chest, lengthen through your left side body. Kick into your hand, stretch to your left quad. Good. Gently release, plant both palms, come to the ball of your back foot. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge pose. Back to our flow, vertical twist left. Breathe in, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Here's our change. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. You want to send your hips back, reach your fingers forward. And then when you can't reach anymore, this is where you move your arms to 6 and 12 versus just dumping down to the earth. I want your right hip stacked upon your left. Stack your right shoulder on your left. And that might mean you got your hand on your thigh as well, above or below your knee. You've also got a block, a book, a water bottle, something you can place your hand on there as well. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Get long through your spine. And then send your left sitting bone towards your right heel. Knit your low ribs together. Balancing half moon pose. Take your gaze down. I like to hop my back foot in just a little bit. And then with strength, use the outside of your right hip, your medial glute to lift up. Point your standing toes straight forward. They want to tick-tock in here to like 1 or 2 o'clock. Straight forward. Place the block or whatever you're using to help with balance directly underneath your left shoulder. And imagine energy moving in 4 directions. Out your lifted foot, out the crown of your head. So backwards and forwards as well as down. Press firmly into your left leg. Strengthen to your left leg. And reach your right fingertips skyward. All this tightness creates lightness. Good. Soften your standing knees. Step back. Warrior two. Breathe in. Reverse warrior. Breathe out. Low lunge. Inhale. Crescent lunge pose. Exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Breathe in. Hinge forward. Exhale. Revolved crescent lunge. Breathe. Now notice if your shoulders are all the way up by your ears right here. Pull them down. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. Stretch to the top of your head. You can take your lifted elbow, your left elbow towards the back of your mat. And this will pull your left shoulder out of your left ear. Press the back of your right knee towards the ceiling. This will help keep your lower back flat. So you twist from your middle spine, your thoracic spine. Breathe in. Exhale, runner's lunge. Stay with your breath. So the different side, the picture of the pose might look different from your left and your right side, and that's okay. Can you create a similar sensation, a similar experience versus trying to make the pose look exactly the same, left to right and right to left? You don't need to do the exact same thing you did on the other side. Do what feels good on this side. Good quad stretch here. Come up onto your right hand. You can also keep your forearm down if you're flexible, or something underneath your right hand can give you a bit more space as well. Reach your left arm forward. From your palm side, take your thumb down, then turn your palm out from here, then rainbow all the way back up and around for the quad stretch. And when you get here, get even more active. Kick into your hand with your foot. Lengthen through your right side body. Roll your left shoulder open. Take your left shoulder blade, move it down, away from your ears, towards your spine. Good. And then gently release. Plant your hands. Come to the ball of your back foot. Exhale, breath. Inhale, high plank. Step your left foot to meet your right. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, half pigeon pose. Stay and breathe. So in half pigeon, I like a block underneath my right butt here. This allows me to square my right shin forward towards the top of my space. It allows me to get the depth of stretch that I'm looking for in this pose. And you can stay upright and keep the stretch a bit more into your left hip flexor, the front side of your left hip, or if you want to take the stretch into your right booty, sleeping pigeon's an option for you. There's a lot of other variations as well. You do you. You do what works for you. But wherever you are, stay with your breath. Keep your breath full and deep, all the way down, nose to navel, navel to nose. Inhale, nose to navel. Exhale, navel to nose. Sleeping pigeons, back to your palms. Come to the ball of your back foot. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your left leg. Breathe out, half pigeon pose. Set yourself up. Do what you need. Take your time to get set up in this pose. Takes me a little while to get set up. You look out over your left shoulder. This will bring your right hip down and forward. And when you come back into center, drag your right knee forward. Take your front left knee and pull it towards your left hip. This allows you to scissor your inner thigh. So ultimately, one day you can reach your hands off of your mat. Stay vertical or fold forward into sleeping pigeon. You can also take some blocks, books, whatever you've got at your disposal. Maybe come down onto your forearms, depending on your level of flexibility. You make this yours. You do what feels good for you. To get intensity in your stretch, not pain, but also not the other spectrum where you're not really feeling or experiencing anything as well. Pull your left knee towards your left hip. Drag your right knee forward. Now engage your low abdominals. Sleeping pigeons, come back up onto your palms, come to the ball of your back foot. With an inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, drop to your knees or hop through. Take a seat, seated forward fold. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Pull your flesh back and out. I like to lift my legs and spin them inward. It's an internal spiral of your legs here. With the breath in, find a long spine. My preference is to press down. You might even reach up. And with your exhale, seated forward fold. And then you can find a little bit of movement here with an inhale, maybe a bit more space and length. Exhale, fold in a little deeper. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, find a little bit of lift out. Now lengthen. Exhale, fold in and surrender. If you capture your feet, capture the pinky toe side of your foot. That way you get an equal stretch through the three bands of your hamstrings. Lengthen through your side bodies. Draw your low belly in and up. And if it feels good, tuck your chin to your chest. Last exhale. Inhale, lift your torso vertical. And exhale, lower all the way down onto your back. Pull your right knee towards your right shoulder. Give it a squeeze. I like to roll out my ankle here. Sometimes I open my right knee out to the right side because that feels good in my right inner groin. Breathe in when you're ready. Exhale, supine twist. I like to press my right foot down, lift my hips, and move them to the right. So then my right hip stacks upon my left. I'll take my left hand to my right knee or thigh. This helps deepen into the twist. And my gaze a lot of times remains up. That feels best in my neck. Wherever you are here, close your eyes. Anchor your right shoulder blade down to your mat. Breathe length into your side bodies. Good. Slowly make your way back into center. I reset my hips back down in the middle. Hug my right knee back in and then stretch it long and then switch to the other side. Pull your left knee in. Little compression there. Ankle roll. You can find some circles into your hip, whatever feels good. When you're ready, breathe in. Exhale, supine twist. Stay with your breath. Stay connected to your intention. Slowly come back to center. Bring both knees in for happy baby's pose. Depending on your flexibility, you might grab the insides of your knees, the outsides of your hamstrings, the outsides of your feet. I want your low back flat to your mat. Walk your shoulder blades under your heart. You can find a little rock side to side if that feels good. But as you pull down, I want you to kick up. And as you kick up, pull down. Getting a little movement here might feel good, might feel playful, might make you happy. Bring your knees back into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your forehead up to your knees. Get up small and tight. Reconnect in one more time with your intention here. Breathe in. Exhale, Shavasana. Let everything go here. Let your legs fall open. Walk your shoulder blades underneath your heart. Turn your palms to face the sky so you can receive in the benefits of your practice. I'll bring you out in a couple moments. Nothing to do here, nothing to see. When thoughts come in, you can acknowledge them, but avoid engaging them. Let them pass. You can come back and just watch a natural ebb and flow of your breath as you melt into the earth. If you're blessed with the gift of time, I invite you to stay as long as you like, as long as you need. When you're ready to move on, first invite breath back into the depths of your lungs. Bring some gentle, mindful movement to your fingertips and your toes. You can roll out your wrists and your ankles, maybe open and close your jaw. Rock your head side to side. Whatever feels good for you. With an inhale, find a full body stretch towards the back of your space. And then roll over onto your right side into a supported fetal position. Just take a moment here, acknowledge the benefits that you brought to yourself today and to those you'll interact with and encounter by taking time for yourself, for movement, for breath. With your eyes closed, press up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together at your heart center in prayer. Acknowledge yourself and the benefits that this practice has brought to you today. Inhale your thumbs up to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye center. Then bow forward, seal in the benefits of this practice. To honor each other, we say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name's Kirk with Power Life, and hopefully you guys will have some time to make it back onto our YouTube channel again soon, Power Life Live, to serve yourself and your needs. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being here.